Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Michael with One Mic Out, and it's a fabulous Tuesday afternoon here in sunny Florida in the Panhandle. So if you're anywhere else where it's colder, I am sorry because it's literally like 70. It's probably more like 73 degrees here Fahrenheit, but I know that other parts of the country got some snow today, like Idaho and stuff like that. So, hey, I'm sorry, but you are the master of your own domain. So if you want to move to sunny Florida, you know where it's at. Anyway, so a lot of obviously a lot of stuff's always going on in the news, in the crazy ass news, which not isn't really news. It's just propaganda. Obviously, we know that word, and it's been thrown around so much that a lot of people are just probably turned off by it. In terms of, hey, you know what? We're kind of desensitized to that word. What does it truly mean? Yada yada yada. Propaganda essentially is a word that means we're going to manipulate the absolute goddamn fuck out of you. And you're going to believe it, and then you're going to fight for this craziness that we're telling you to believe, even though it's not true. And we're going to make it appear as the good guy is the bad guy, and that you being on the side of the bad guy are, in fact, the operator of the good guy. So, yeah, kind of confusing, right? But that's essentially what it is. So, the liberal left is, yes, the propaganda machine. The right wing and the conservative right, they fall victim to perpetuating a little bit of the propaganda from time to time, but not nearly as much as the left. But they are just as much as guilty in terms of utilizing that as a manipulation tactic as the left. So let's take a look at everything real quick. My cousin shared a video of a African American gentleman talking about how here we're so like it seems we're not so, but it seems as if the country's so passionate about cancel culturing gender. You know, like, oh, we have to cancel gender, you know, which just leads to nothing but confusion. When if we're sitting here and we're so willing to, like, throw out science, you know, and we're like, no, there's no such thing as gender, but we haven't figured out to do that with race yet, when that should have been the first thing they should have canceled was race, which where this gentleman says, you know, he's talking about, he's like, you know, canceling gender creates confusion, which is bad, where canceling race would create unity because we're all one race, the human race. And isn't that what we've all been saying all along? If you have to put a label or a color in front of lives matter, so blank lives matter, if you have to put something in front of that, then you're an asshole. You're an absolute piece of shit, because there's not one life that matters more than the other. Regardless of who and what you are, unless you're a pedophile, unless you're a rapist and a murderer, you know, but those are something that you're not, you know, that's not science, you know, that's something you chose, that's a path you chose to go down. So if, you know, there's no, anything you're born with, you are not, there's no life that's born that is greater than another life. But in order to keep us divided and fighting amongst ourselves and distracted, you're going to have people that'll tell me that I'm wrong, that I just don't understand. And if I would have been born a different skin color, then I would understand. No, at this point in time, at what point in time do we say, okay, got it? When do we move on from that? Or we just perpetuate, there's that P word again, this thing until the end of time. Yes, we get it. Certain races throughout time have had it worse than others in different epochs, in different periods of time. All right. That doesn't mean that they've had it wrong the entire time. And so, yes, we can go back and there's all different races of different colors who have gotten the fucking shaft throughout existence, all of humanity's existence. All right. But at what point do we go, okay, got it, sucks, but now we live in a utopia. We should all be getting along now. And the establishment, those in charge of what they're calling the Great Reset, the authors of that, they don't want that. They don't want us thinking for ourselves. They don't want us all united. They don't want us all on the same side, because what keeps lining their pockets is this division. Not only do you have to have a yin versus yang, not only do you have to have a black versus white, not only do you have to have these polar opposites always in order for them to continue making money, but in order for them to make money, they have to continue to create the confusion, and that's what they do every single day. It's funny now at this point in time, we're finally seeing it where with gun violence going on and shootings and things like that, you're almost Madden call for call playing it, or I'm sorry, play for play calling it, I should say, where it's almost, it's clockwork. You can predict it. You can predict when the next white on black cop, white cop on black crime is going to be, or incident's going to be. All right. We got the George Floyd case coming up with Chauvin, and his verdict coming up. And, we like, I saw again, another meme where like it showed that like Matthew McConaughey, where he's smoking the cigarette, I think from Dallas Buyers Club or whatever it was, where his eyes are real wide and he's smoking it. And it said, small business owners are awaiting the verdict of the George Floyd case, because they know that regardless of which way that verdict goes, small businesses in big towns everywhere, in big cities everywhere, are screwed, because people are either going to be, one, happy because that they got what they thought should have happened, should have come to the policeman involved, or it's not going to go their way, where they're saying it's murder, but it doesn't end up really necessarily being murder, and they say no, it's not. Maybe they give him manslaughter, maybe he gets exonerated. Whatever the hell happens, then all hell is going to break loose. Because why? That division. The media is going to essentially exaggerate. They're going to utilize that platform, the media platform, to embolden those who have an opinion, are opinionated, and they're going to cause for actual insurrection, which just a couple months ago, they were blaming the right wing for trying to create an insurrection at the Capitol, when cities across America were legitimately burning and people were getting killed and shot and businesses burned to the ground. So, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, any of this, you have to have eyes, and you have to have the ability. I mean, I'm saying you're a legitimately crazy person if you do not have the ability to open your eyes and see that the great propaganda machine is dictating what is happening, is ruling what is going on. They're making people think and feel what they want them to think and feel. And so by allowing them to have that much power over you, you're now become a subject to them. You are no longer a free thinker. You might think that you're a free thinker, but at the end of the day, do you truly, like, if you take a look at it, if you're truly siding, with all, like, do you really need to get your opinion have your opinion given to you by a Hollywood actor, or by a politician who's been in politics for almost 50 years, who can't even complete a sentence, or by a politician who was just handed a position in the presidency based off of her skin color and then claims to be of another race, when in fact she's not even anywhere close to that race? I mean, are you really that upset that Georgia just passed a voter ID law that makes you have to present an ID in order for you to vote? Is that really voter oppression? Or are you being sold these facts? Are you being told what to believe? Are you being told these things are wrong? Are you being told that that is racist? No. What is racist, in my opinion, is the fact that we haven't started a little hashtag, a little hash brown called cancel race. And that gent who made that little video, that little TikTok or whatever it was, he hit the nail on the head. Why the hell are we canceling gender and not canceling race? If it's all about science and we're saying, hey, there's 53 fucking genders out there, well, how many races are there out there? Why can't we just cancel race first? Let's get rid of that and just be a human race. Why can't we all just be part of the humankind, womankind, whatever you want to call it, and just be one? And now we don't have to worry about race anymore. and then we can worry about that other stuff, you know? So, those are just my thoughts on the matter. So I would like to know what your thoughts are. And just, hit me up. I've had a few people DM me, and I've had a few people comment and things like that. Keep it going, and share with your friends. I'm gonna try and ramp these up a little bit more, get a little bit more production stuff involved, and like get a theme song or something like that, or get some graphics, all that kind of stuff. But we're moving along. So, but no, I seriously would like to know what your thoughts are on that. What's your take? Are you for like a cancel race hashtag, like a movement that would be cancel race, just as everyone was BLM and all that kind of stuff? Are you for that, or are you against that? And I'd like to know why. Why, if you are for it or if you're against it, why are you, choosing one or the other? And why would you be more for canceling gender over race, or before we cancel race, or vice versa? Like, I would like to know that, because that helps me know, more about maybe I'm fucked up in the way I'm thinking, but I don't think I am. So help me realize, or arrive at a conclusion of, am I messed up in my thinking that canceling race should have been the first thing that we thought of, and that unity is probably number one, not conforming. Conforming is not unity. All right. So not conforming to one person's like agenda or idea or idealism or anything like that. No, I'm talking about true unity. Like, we're all one. So anyway, hit me up. Let me know. I love you all, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. Got some TV on. I watched Godzilla vs. Kong. It absolutely sucked, in my opinion. I'll review that later, but a lot of action, but I didn't like it in terms of, it was just very rushed and all that kind of stuff, but we'll talk about that later. It's WrestleMania week, so I have not been following wrestling as closely as I should have been, but whatever, it is what it is. We'll get to it later, but you all have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. All right, later.